Good morning.
Good morning. New spot, who this?
New spot, who dis, new clothes. Yeah, right, same clothes as the other day. Dang it, I missed it by a little bit, baby. You didn't tell me it's off. It's not centered.
Oh,
I have a weird thing about that. But anywho, we're loving it.
Yeah, it's almost, so I know it might not seem like a big deal to some people, but it's like almost an emotional thing to actually have a spot.
This is the first time I've ever seen you express emotions, baby.
Whoa. No, it's just like, it's
comfortable.
It is so comfortable here, and it's just cool. It looks awesome. It's like
temperature-wise, it's cool. It's 81 degrees right now, and under here is probably 60s.
We're in the shade. It feels great. Got a awesome place just to cook, relax. It's truly, again, it probably doesn't seem like much, but whenever you've lived like we have for so long, it's just like
in the dirt, literally.
Yeah, there's a little pad of concrete.
We could take our shoes off if we want. I was laying down on the carpet with Rufio and Bandit a minute ago. It feels nice, and during the day, you can kind of see the TV. It's more for at night, and then this is something we haven't gone into. We were originally going to do a fireplace down there. That was our original idea. That's why we kind of went with cement. We were going to do like a stone or a brick, and we were going to have a real wood-burning fire pit. And then we really started thinking about it, and we thought, all right, it's not going to stay this way forever. Yeah. This is kind of a stepping stone into this spot. We're doing more stuff around here, and then this will probably become a hot tub area. So we have our TV up there, you have a little table, and then you can have a hot tub right here.
Yeah, so the goal would be like next winter, I'll be able to be in a hot tub.
Yeah, she can't be in one right now.
Hot tub, and then we'll have, again, the spot for the cooking and everything like that.
We'll have a whole outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
This kind of just covered everything for now.
Yeah, we were gonna do the full fire thing, which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But again, it'll be an evolving thing, and then also that was at one point it was like, okay, I think this would be great, but would this be biting off more than we can chew as well?
That's what she thought. I said I could do anything.
Hey, everything's figureoutable.
But the whole thing would be is we still could have done a fireplace, but realistically, for a good while, we're not going to get a crazy expensive hot tub. We're going to get one of those inflatable ones. Yeah. You don't want the heat from it heating it up, and then also when you have a hot tub, it's got like the wood around it. We don't want it roasting too close to it, and then also you have a hot tub that's going to be about this high. You won't even see the fire. So we were just like, you know what? Let's go for the cement wall. I watched a lot of videos on it. A lot of people don't think that I do my research, and I did a lot of videos, and I want this whole project right here to be an inspiration, not in a way of we think you guys should do what we do. It's more of you can watch do-it-yourself videos all day, but once you get in it, you forget half the steps, half the things you're supposed to do. You start second-guessing your stuff. You start freaking out. The moment I put it on and it didn't work, within 30 seconds...
The cement back there.
Danielle's like, let's call it. And I'm like...
Well, I was like, should we just take a moment and try a whole new different method?
I said, we don't have a moment. This is cement.
Yeah.
We gotta go. I was freaking out.
It wasn't like, call it, like, let's just not do this. It was, okay, even this batch we might have to take as a loss and just step back and, like, figure out why it's not working.
I said no.
Yeah.
I work best under pressure, and that's definitely not what I was going for with this cement wall under pressure, but it was more of, it's $25 a bag when cement is normally like $5 a bag. And we ended up using 3 bags on this whole thing because we ended up putting some on the floor of it, which don't really recommend. It was worth the try. It
Just
worked.
trying it out.
It worked, and it worked fine. It was just more of, by the time you ground it down, we probably could have just ground down the normal dry pour, which has 100% absolutely held together great.
Yeah, this dry pour is great.
Yeah, it's just a little behind the scenes. It is our biggest viewing video in the last 30 days, and we posted that months and months ago.
Yeah.
And that's part of YouTube is, you know, you see people and it's like, oh, well, your views are down this month. We're still pulling almost 1 million views a month, and we didn't hardly post this month. It's because we have these videos in the background, and one of them is the dry pour, and daily we get people telling us it'll never work, it'll crack instantly, wait till it freezes, wait this. We've already gone through multiple freezes with it. It's been months and months. There's not one crack in it at all. The only thing that I could possibly say is around the edges it's a little beat up, because I don't think we waited long enough to get on it and start messing with it, because it was a dry pour and it wasn't fully cured. And now, I mean, I took a grinder to it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
you said it was just solid.
Oh, it worked very well. I'm very happy with it. You won't ever get that like perfect finish doing a dry pour, but you could always do a dry pour and then grind it down and look like you did normal cement and ground it down.
Yeah.
So, very, very impressed with it. Very happy.
Yeah.
At first, I was second guessing the floor. And I told Danielle, I said, maybe we'll paint it. Maybe we'll stain it or paint it, because it's kind of got like different looks to it, because I put the cement on top and then ground it down and it's all different.
I think it turned out super cool though, because of the different looks. It has like a...
almost like a marble-ish.
Yeah.
Not really marble, but you know.
It's...
like a granite marble look. It's not just your solid gray.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it came out actually really well, and honestly, this was not meant for it to be this way. It almost goes with the whole like rustic modern feel. Like it almost looks like it's meant to look that way, and it clearly was not. It just happened to be that way, but it came out great for what it is. And I could be wrong. Maybe you can correct me. I'm trying to think. I think in this entire build, everything on here, we're under $2,000 for the entire build.
Yeah.
That's cement, treated wood. I mean, everything that we did, I think, was under $2,000.
Yeah.
Which, if you hired this out, which they probably would have built it a little bit better if we hired professionals, but it probably would have been a $10,000, if not more, project.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff we used, like leftovers that we had.
Some of it, not all.
Yeah. Well, a good chunk of it. Besides, obviously, like we had to buy some of the things, but I mean, a lot of it was the leftover stuff, just utilizing what we had.
Yeah. Well, so yes and no. So yes, we did. We saved money. And the only reason I'm saying this is because if any of you guys want to build something like this yourself, I want y'all to know the real ballpark. So the things that it was about $2,000, and the things that we reused was all the metal on top. Yeah. So this is 16 feet. Each panel's 3. How many panels is that?
3 goes into 16.
How many toms? 4 would be 12. So 5 sheets would be 15. 5.5 sheets. Yeah. And so it'd be 5.5 sheets of metal that are 12 feet long. So we'll just go ahead and do the price on that. If it's 12 feet, it's $3 a foot. So that's what, $36 a sheet times 5. We'll just say 30 times 5, 150. We saved about $175 from the roof itself. All the wood studs and everything we bought, all the tongue and groove we bought, which actually that's nickel gap. The post.
Did we have the post?
We bought the post.
Oh.
But the 2 middle posts we already had.
That's what it was.
And then we bought the other ones that went sideways.
So I guess maybe we bought more than I thought.
Some of it, and then
now that we're thinking
to frame the whole concrete was we already had, but that's 2x4s and stuff. That table was 100% we already had. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But we saved overall, we probably saved like $300.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good when you're with a $2,000 project.
Yeah.
So probably $300 to $400 we saved, I would say.
But also back to
all the screws, everything.
Yeah.
All the screws and nails.
Yeah.
That adds up quick.
Stain. Paint.
I would say 400. We saved about $400. So about, say $2,500 ish. You could have something like this.
The cement wall.
And the TV was already.
Yeah, and then we already had this.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But you were saying the DIY stuff. You had, as you're getting into it, forgot about need to get the back of it wet.
Yeah, for the cement wall.
Yeah, just stuff like that.
There's a lot to it.
But that was, I don't know if you guys remember the Coffee with the Crockers that we were like.
We tried something.
We got in a project today and it did not go according to plan, but then we kept trying and it worked out.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Yes. And we have worked on this for many, many months at this point because, we have the reputation of not finishing anything, this and that. We actually truly wanted this to be the best version it could be. And again, there's little things here and there, but we do know when you buy treated wood, you want it to dry out. A lot of people say actually let it dry out for like a year. We're not going to wait that long, but we waited a couple of months, whatever it was.
Also, you weren't supposed to apply it in
cold temps.
Yeah, and then doing the cement wall, couldn't do that in the cold temps. So,
and then it was raining.
Yeah, the biggest, because as you guys know, we started this before it got real cold. Mm-hmm. And then it got real cold, so it's had to wait for multiple different reasons.
Yeah. So, but I'm really glad that we did, because another thing too is when we stained everything, we stained it all and we're like, man, it looks pretty good. And then we did the cement wall and we panicked, and I was throwing water from the bucket that had cement and stuff in it, throwing water on there, and then it splashed cement water all over. And so then we went and wiped it up because we stained, it didn't soak into the wood. So we were able to get it off, and then I threw another thing of stain over it, and it just popped. I mean, it went from like kind of dry-ish stain looking to that second coat just popped. So if you're going to stain anything, do the extra, because the second coat goes on easy, because it's not going to soak into the wood. It's just going to kind of be on the top. It made the world of a difference.
I see a huge difference.
Yeah, and then I prefer the nickel gap ceiling, which you guys can't see. It's like shiplap, but it goes up way easier. It's not the tongue and groove, and it's got to fit in perfect. We did that at the tiny house.
I thought this is tongue and groove.
No, this is nickel gap, where it just overlaps. They also call it like half lap.
See, one, I'm still learning the lingo. Two, it's been...
The majority of people call it shiplap.
Oh, okay. And say it's been a while since we've done that.
Yeah, but this was...
Was I pregnant yet? I don't think so. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Maybe we just found out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't remember nothing.
Yeah.
But, so that was a lot easier to do than tongue and groove. Unfortunately, we do have a seam down the middle, which now it's kind of blended in a little more. But the boards were just not long enough. And if I would have known that, I would have made the actual framing an inch shorter. But I framed it to the exact 16 when if I would have known, I would have gone a little bit shorter. And then we could have staggered them and we wouldn't have had gaps. So that's just one thing I would have done different, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. The stain color was actually a mix between early American and natural. I think we did 1 can of natural color.
Wasn't there another can?
Oak.
Oh, okay.
Was it natural or was it oak? I think it was an early American, a golden oak, and a natural.
Yeah.
I think is what we did. And we mixed all 3 of those and we got the color because we didn't want it too light. We didn't want it too dark.
We just got those cans, and the early American turned out to be a little bit darker than we wanted. And then we're like, well, this one, and then that one wasn't really what we wanted. So we're like, well, let's just mix them all.
Yeah.
And it worked
and it came out great. And then the backstory of this little table, we didn't know what we wanted there. And then when we got done, I was like, maybe a little table, like a little, just a tiny one that you just put something on. And we had leftover from the barn build, and it's treated, so it's good. And so I didn't want to have to run and go get more stain because it takes up more time. And then we kind of have to like mix the colors again. You have to buy more than what I wanted to buy. You just don't really need it. I'm not good at having leftover stain. It's going to end up just not being good later.
Yeah.
And I had just enough barely to do the top of the table, but not all the way around the sides. So I put motor oil and I did the whole outside, and no, you can't even tell. You can't even tell the difference. Yeah. And it had just enough in the can of the stain to get brand new motor oil, 10W40, and mixed it up and did it, and you would never know. And then I didn't want to go get stain again. So the bottom, I was like, well, we have leftover paint. So I just painted the bottom. I was like, oh, I like it. And then on the paint, we actually had...
Oh.
Tell them.
So we're talking about the top. So
y'all don't even know this at all. We didn't even show that we redid it.
Yeah, the first time we painted, or I say we, it was Jason. I was sitting watching him.
You were with me.
Yeah. So we did. Was it like a flat?
No, it was gloss.
A gloss black, and it just, something about it looked so
cheap.
Yeah.
Just, it looked off. It did not look good.
We sat there for a while just looking at it. It was like, well,
maybe
like, once it's all done.
Well, we're like, maybe black isn't the color we're going for here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, not. Because our whole house build and like our barn is already gray and black. We're trying to keep a theme.
Yeah.
And so we're like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Let's try a flat black, because you actually said flat when we were there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, we want the shine. That way, it'll kind of stay good and clean. And I was like, man, let's try it. Let's try the flat. And made a world of a difference.
I never would have thought.
No.
Never would have thought that would make that big of a difference, but it really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I figured having the black down there would help bring the black in. On the bottom of these chairs, you can't see, but all the metal's black, and then we have the tan. We tried to base everything off it together. Then, like, the TV clearly is black, or grill is black, like everything. And then that's why we got it's like a dark charcoal carpet. Rug. We got like a cheap rug. We got a cheap rug. It's like $30 from Lowe's.
Yeah, just an outdoor rug.
Yeah, something that we can easily either replace if the dogs chew it up or it gets really nasty.
Easily like swept and...
Yeah, you can sweep it easy, and then you can power wash it. We tried to keep everything same colors and then budget friendly. And then, I mean, the whole thing too is this happens on every build, and maybe not right away. Give it a minute, especially if the video goes kind of viral. We will get asked 100 times, do we have the building material list? How much did it cost? Where did you get the materials? Where all the stuff? We get that for all the barn videos, like everything. And this is kind of why I wanted to be transparent about how much it cost for this, what we saved, what we, whatever, because everybody asks us all the time, how much does it cost? How much? And I'm like, I don't know the building material list. I can figure it out, but I don't want to. Yeah. But just in the rough range, of price wise and stuff. So, the channel is about us doing what we want. We wanted something like this for a long time. We had like a mini version of it at Shoot Dang Ranch.
Yeah.
But clearly that didn't work out. And so, we do also, we're doing everything that we want, but we also want to show people that you can do it. You don't have to spend $1 million. I mean, we're literally going to turn part of our house from a grain bin into a house. Like, we want to do stuff that's different, and it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but it's also not the most expensive.
Yeah. But back to, like, just doing things that we want, not to focus on the negative or anything, just like a quick highlight of Jason gets the most flack about, like, put out a Crocker Life, and it was like us grilling, that this guy will come up with any excuse not to build, and that the channel is about
the Crockers,
and then yes, it did kind of develop into a building channel, but it's also, it's building our property, our life. It's, again, some people might get mad that we chose to build this over spending time.
Oh, there will definitely be comments.
Yeah, over the house, but it's, again, it's about our property.
Well, and it's also about us living the best life that we want. And as of right now, what should we not build something comfortable that we can enjoy every day while we're building a house? It's going to take a lot longer.
Yeah.
You know, we're very outdoor people, so.
And that's why there is, there does become projects here and there, and they do get done, but it's just, and then we laugh. I mean, that doesn't affect us or anything. We laugh at these comments because, the same day you're getting those comments, it's like, oh, it was working from, early in the morning doing this and then editing also. And then also Jason driving back to the house after working on this all day to take care of things at the house, to mow, to work on other things that you guys will see.
My baby's bragging on me. Oh,
but
what do you want? What do you want?
No, it's just, and then it's just funny.
Yeah.
But then I know people judge because they don't know the whole story.
Well, and then also they just like to hate on me. I mean, there's literally people out there that don't do any work whatsoever and get praised all day. It's just part of it, and I'll be the punching bag for people to make themselves feel better about talking trash to someone. I would rather people talk trash to me all day than go to someone else that doesn't, I don't want someone else to have to feel that way. I don't give two shits at this point, but, and I never ever would have said two shits on our videos, but it's just, hey, if you like us, cool. If you don't, I don't really care. You're making us our living, whether you like us or not, if you're talking about us or watching or whatever.
And again,
and if you choose to like us, hey, we love it and we want y'all to be a part of this. And
again, most people hate anime because they don't know the story.
Well, and then they're just losers themselves. But the thing is never in a million years did I think, much less Irene and Dawn, when start YouTube and they start watching us and this and that, and never in a million years did I think like a hardcore viewer would end up at our property. And when we did the BAM Fest, the meetup, we surprised them and brought them out here. And it's not about the people talking trash, and it's not about all that, and it's easy for us to say it now and to say all these things, and it's just a lot easier to look back and realize, like, yeah, we wasted a lot of time on some really worthless people, but it also made us who we were, to be better now. And it was also like fuel to our fire, and it got us motivated to do stuff to prove people wrong. It just, whatever the case may be, we came out on top. So it doesn't really bother me if people hated us, or even if that it bothered us in the moment. It taught us a good lesson. And so I don't want what Danielle's saying about this stuff to be misconstrued.
Yeah,
is that
that's
a right
what
word?
I was like, it's just also to highlight, hey, don't be so quick to hate because you probably don't know the whole story. Just before you throw that out onto somebody.
Oh, and I'll say this too. Ask every, and this is not a dig at a small channel or anything, ask anybody with a smaller channel how hard YouTube is to make it. And they will tell you it is the hardest thing in the world. And that's not us bragging on ourselves, because I believe a lot of it is we worked very hard and we sacrificed, we did things that other people wouldn't do. But also there is a form of luck on it, but it is a lot of hard work and dedication, and you have to try to, like, okay, well, people will say stuff too. These guys are fake. They're only doing this for views. Well, I ain't filming this for no reason. Part of our life is YouTube to make money. So yes, we do things for views, and the more views, the more money. So technically you're right. We do this for views, but we're not fake about anything. We're not doing this.
And it was like more so this guy will like do a project just for content or and stuff like that. But
and it's like, whatever, I don't really care about that. But yes, there is, the only reason I'm bringing this up is, yes, there are things as a YouTuber you do because you are a YouTuber. The way Honestly, we had a decision to make when it came to the video posting about this whole thing. Do we just do one more video and it's just like the last little bit? Or, hey, y'all haven't seen it in a long time. We're going to throw everything into one time-lapse video because for all you YouTubers out there, start to finish time-lapse videos are the bread and butter of a YouTube channel in our niche. If you want to be anything like the Crockers and successful and do great, that's a joke. Is really, truly, if you look at our behind the scenes of our biggest videos every month, it's start to finish huge timeless videos. Because I'm not talking about you loyal people that don't give two craps about us, that don't even know us, are finding our videos and watching everything we did in one video rather than months and months and months and months of videos. So we do have to be smart enough to realize, okay, when we release this, we're going to release it as start to finish. And hopefully it goes viral, because that's what goes viral.
Yeah.
But also, some people may look at this and be like, they're so stupid right now. They're posting this and their video only has 30,000 views or 20,000 or 15,000. Yeah. Most viral videos don't go viral for months. They'll be the lowest viewed video for months and months and months, and then out of nowhere it just takes off. Yeah. So there's a lot we do behind the scenes, editing and coming up with ideas and picking up supplies, and half the time our camera's breaking or we're having to get new batteries, or or like my laptop sounds like it's about to take off and fly away. There's all sorts of stuff like that, and we're not saying that just strictly to us. Like, there's a lot of people out there that I really don't care about on YouTube. I don't care about them. I'm not wishing nothing on them. I just don't care about them.
Yeah, we don't.
But I have nothing but respect for them, even if I don't like them, because I know the struggle and I know how much work goes into it. And I know how much consistency goes into it. How much, if you're a building channel and you're doing this, you're not just walking around with the camera. You are working a full-time job. Then you're the filmer, the editor, the marketer, all of it. I mean, you have all these roles. It's crazy.
It's a lot. And again, that's why just having a spot just to be in, just, I don't know, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge for us.
Yeah. And I mean, the other day, Danielle was in town. She hung out with her grandma, and I was out here wrapping stuff up, and probably for like a minimum of an hour, probably longer, I just sat here and I just like smiling, and it was just like, this came out great. Yeah. And we're done. Yeah. Well, we're not done. We're always going to be adding to the surroundings, but we're done with this. And the hardest part of all of this YouTube here on the Crockers and stuff is almost everything we do is long term. Everything we do, building a barn, it took us a couple of months or whatever it was. It wasn't a weekend gig. Building the deck for the grain bin was a massive undertaking. Putting all the fencing in, buying 10 acres of straight woods. Yeah. And we had someone come out the other day. They have zero idea we're on YouTube, as far as I know. And they came out, we're like, sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. Like, we're in construction. We're doing this. They're like, oh, whatever. And I was like, yeah, when we bought the property, it was all straight woods, and we've done 90% of it by ourselves. We didn't do the cement, and we didn't do the original mulching, but everything else we pretty much did by ourselves. With, clearly, we got some friends to help and stuff too. I'm not saying just her and I, but we didn't hire it out and do all this stuff. And they were like, wow, like, you did all this like in a year and a half, like y'all guys should, like, you did it yourself. And we're like, yeah. And so,
and I was like, well, since this started talking about the house, the barn-dominium build, it was like, well, since now that I'm pregnant, my husband.
That's Rufio. He's barely making it back there.
Yeah, he's done that forever.
Y'all heard it in the other video.
We're not just brushing it off, but I was like, I don't know, I forgot what I was saying.
Just about them building a house and stuff.
Oh, us building a house. I don't know, whatever.
She was going to brag on me. It's okay. I know what you were going to say, but it makes me look bad if I bring it up. It was just, I don't care. I'm a narcissist. You were saying, because we did all this, and you were saying that you got pregnant, and now I'm the one doing it.
Yeah.
So
I was just like, since being pregnant, now Jason's, because I said we, and I go, what? Well, now that I'm pregnant, I haven't done anything. My husband's doing it all by himself.
Yeah.
They're like, dang.
Yeah, but it is like it doesn't bother me at all. It's almost like a driving factor in getting stuff done, knowing that, this isn't all the time or anything, but like if Danielle's at the house for the day, like she has other stuff to do or maybe not feeling well or whatever, and I'm out here, like I get excited to like say work on this and get it done, because whenever you come back out we can relax under it, or like I can just like be pumped to know that like you didn't have to put the work into it like you would, but like I don't know, there's just certain things like that it almost pushes me to even like want to try harder to get it done and to get it finished, and just, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah. It's like a whole different, if there's any guys watching this, which Coffee Crockers is more women that watch, Crockers is more men, but there's something that from a very early age as a male, you're told that you have to be the provider, and when you get older and you are the provider because pregnant and staying home and stuff right now, it does feel good to know that like I can provide, I can do this, I can keep it going. And
yeah, which that's like so I went shopping with my grandma the other day too, and you put some cash flow in my purse.
I said, baby, spend some money, and that's so I can spend money later.
I mean, you came out, you built this again, and then you are also doing a bunch of things at the house. Like you're doing things like everywhere, and it's like you're taking care of it all. So yeah, I mean, it's just
give me the credit I deserve, people. No, it's just part of it, and the thing too is, you're dealing with other stuff that I just can't deal with. I can't grow the baby inside. I can't be the one to be like, oh, you're feeling like crap today, I'll take that load and I'll deal with it so you don't have to, and then you're still working, so it's like, I don't know, it feels good to, I don't know, it's kind of been our theme lately, I guess, to be doing what makes us happy. And honestly, what makes me happy is knowing that at the end of the day, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to work out here. You don't have to do that. If you do, cool, that's your decision. Every time I'm always like, I ain't saying nothing. If you want to do it, that's your decision. But you have every opportunity and option not to if you don't feel like it. And that makes me feel good to know that I can handle it and get what needs to get done so you don't have to. But it also makes me feel good when you're like, no, go out there and we'll get it done. We'll do this. So it's just, I don't know, it feels good. And then at the end of the day now, or even during the day, like we made lunch the other day grilling and stuff, to just halfway through the day we can enjoy it and sit here and watch some YouTube and then get back to building or whatever we're doing. It feels nice to have that. And then just to be able to, like, this may sound dumb to a lot of people, to be able to kick our shoes off at any point in the day and not have to stand in dirt.
I truly don't. It sounds so simple, but it's so big. It's like we've just lived in a construction zone for years and years and years, and not complaining, super happy we're, pushing forward where we're at and just everything. But it's like, we got this little bit of a thing. It's like, we're not in the dirt. Yeah.
And I think this would be the way to wrap up this whole video is sometimes you got to get down in the dirt and get...
Oh, you're doing old school.
Yeah, I'm wrapping it up.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Maybe a little loud. Sounds like it's skid steer's neighbor.
Yeah.
But you got to get down in the dirt and really be there at the bottom and all that to appreciate the little things. And again, like we talked about earlier, even haters, you're down in the bottom and you're arguing with these people that are nothing, and their whole existence is to be miserable.
Yeah.
And you're down there and you feel like you gotta, because this is how I feel. It's not just like, oh, it's a hater. It's like, I'm thinking if this was me over there, I feel like, well, come on. But you forget it's like they're dumb. It's I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But you have to get through the grind to enjoy the good. And we've done that with every aspect of it. And
we've earned it with like just working so hard.
Yeah.
And putting the work before us for, it's not just a little bit of time. It's been years of, and that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And because we did that, we can kind of sit back and relax. But yeah.
Well, and I'm glad that it was hard to see them. No one knows what the future has in store. Yeah. Everyone has plans for what they want and all these things. But I'm glad we did everything the way we did. And times that I didn't want to do anything, Danielle would be like, no, this is what you do. You just grind it out, you get it done. And then times when she didn't want to do it, I'm like, no, you just grind it out, you get it done. When in reality, we easily could have talked each other out of it and been super lazy, but we just would grind through, and then we'd be like, man, I really want to take this vacation. No, we have to grind through it to do this. And we're very fortunate that we did still take our summer vacation for a week out of the year, but we wanted to go many, many more, and we could have gone many, many more. We just decided not to. Let's work through it. But we did all that, and we had no idea all that grinding, everything was going to lead to us having a baby on the way. And I'm so glad that we did, and I'm so glad.
Gonna clip that, all that grinding's going to lead to a baby on the way.
It did. Just a little bit of grinding. But all of that, sacrifice and everything, like, we probably would be in pain. I think that's why, at least myself, I can't speak for you, maybe that's why I'm not so stressed about anything, because, like, we've already done all the hard work. You know what I mean? Like, now, like, it's all fluff at this point. It's all, like, cool. If we get the house done before the baby's here, cool. If not, whatever. We're comfortable. We're good. And I'm glad.
Life is good.
Yeah, I'm glad that we did everything we did and got us to the point where we're at when we found out we were bringing a life into this world, and we can go into it stress-free as possible. And sometimes you don't understand why, but I think I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and I really, truly mean that. And same thing with all of this. And, you know, we could have just been like, well, we got to knock out these projects and get it done because the internet needs these videos so we don't look like we're not doing anything and this and that. I'm so glad we waited and let it dry out and do everything we need to do, because it ended up coming out great.
Yeah, and if we would have done the concrete wall in the cold, who knows, like, how that would have turned out.
It probably would have cracked all off and fell off and everything.
And that would have been awful. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just super happy. I absolutely love this.
This whole property, of course, when we first bought it, we were very gung-ho. You go balls to the walls. You go hard, deep in the paint. But you can't do that every day. You get burned out. But I think our whole thing with this property, the whole thing we're trying to remember, everything is, it doesn't have to happen today.
Yeah.
It's patience.
It's someday.
Someday. It's patience.
As long as you're working towards
Absolutely. You can't make an excuse and be lazy.
Yeah, there is a difference.
It's a fine line between laziness and patience.
Yeah.
And there are days that we're just like, not today.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because we already worked 8 days before that. Yeah. We could take a day off.
One day we're just going to sit around and enjoy the weather, be with the animals, and not work. And that's okay.
Technically, most of the time we still work. We film it and putting out crocodile or whatever. But it's patience, and I guess that's another thing too, is quit making excuses, because we could have made excuses, and everyone in their life has. But you know it. You know when you're making an excuse. You know when you're being lazy. You know when you could do better. And honestly, it's not that hard to get what you want in life. You just got to work for it. And I'm very glad that we did. And we could have done more. And we could have, pushed harder on certain days and all that, but I'm very happy with where we're at, and I don't know, it has truly worked out, and I absolutely love this area. Our life is going great. We have something that we're very much excited for coming up. We're doing stuff behind the scenes that are just for us. We're super happy, and it's little moments like that just like keep me going. Is like those little, like I don't know. To some people it flew away. To some people it would be really dumb to be like, why do you care about that? It's like, I just do. I like it. I love it. I want more of it, and you just gotta remember those things. But
yeah.
Anyways, hopefully you guys have a great day and a great weekend. Hopefully you liked this build. If not, we love it. Yeah. But I think most of y'all probably kind of up the same alley as we are with it, like it.
And then two, it's just, as we're sitting here, you just take a moment, because again, all around is the dirt construction zone, but just envision what it's all going to be.
Oh.
And
give us about 10, 20 more years, and it's probably going to look good.
I mean, with the house, like everything, and it's just...
It's long term.
Yeah,
that's a lot. It's a lot to do with two people.
It is, but you know, I'm super proud of where we're at with it, and
I'm excited.
Everything we've done, and again, this property it's great.
Yeah,
it's coming along.
It's like the sign says back there. Just remember, everything is figure outable.
That's right.
So, all right, guys, check the next one. Bye.